Welcome to Season 2, Episode 2 of Shop Talk with Jordan Wever and Bumgardner Wever Racing. First thing I always ask everybody is, how did you get started into racing?
Well, I think I was 7 or 8 years old, and I had a dirt bike at the time. And one day, Dad asked me, he had some buddies that raced go-karts, and he asked me if I ever wanted to maybe try one. So I said sure. And next thing I knew, one day he took my dirt bike and brought home a go-kart. So that's kind of where it all started. We went go-kart racing and had our fun with that. And then after that, we dabbled in the mini sprint a little bit, and then we got a Hornet, and then we jumped straight into the modifieds. So
how long was you in each class? How long did you race go-karts?
I think I ran go-karts until I was 12, so it would have been 4 or 5 years.
And then you went to the mini sprint?
Then we had the mini sprint, and I kind of did a little bit of the mini sprint and the Hornet at the same time, and then we got into the modified and sold everything else. So
gotcha.
Yep.
So when you first started modified racing, was it family owned then?
Yes.
When you first started your modified career?
Yep. Pretty much everything until we got with Carlos had been family owned. Just whatever we could afford. We actually bought a guy out, our first modified we had, and we got a couple motors and a lot of spare parts and stuff. And then we ended up buying another car. We had 2 modifieds at one point, and then we just kept working our way up. And every year we upgraded a little bit, and then this is where it landed us.
Gotcha. So let's talk about your family-owned stuff. What were some of your biggest accomplishments up through your family-owned stuff?
Well, I would say, the biggest thing, our very first year in a modified, we won a feature at Bloomington Speedway, and I was 15, so that was pretty cool. If I wanted to win anywhere, it would have to be Bloomington,
right.
My home track. Everybody was there, my whole family, all the sponsors. It was pretty like wrote it in a book or something. So, but other than that, we won that year once, and then we won once the next year, and then we went a whole year without winning a race at all. And it kind of bummed us out a little bit, you know what I mean? So, but then we started upgrading our equipment a little bit, and then we racked off 2 wins, 3 wins, and then 2019 came, and we really had stepped our program up. We got hooked up with Steve Maynard at Earnhardt Technologies and Frank Simonetti with Swift Springs and Donnie Jumper at Impressive, and those 3 people right there really turned my program around. And that year we won 7 races and won our first UMP regional title.
Gotcha.
So that was cool. And then I think it was the year after that is when we started with Carlos, and then I mean, we just took off from there.
So the transition from your family-owned stuff to running with Carlos, how did all that happen?
Well, we had actually, the car I won my first race in, we had sold Carlos. We sold it to him, and you know, just through the transaction, we became friends, and we parked next to each other and talk at the races, and just got to know him. And I don't even know if I was there the one night you and Dad talked about it, but I think, you know, to make a long story short, was, you know, if you ever want to drive my car, just let me know. You know what I mean? So we ended that year, and then it was, I think it was January or February. I still hadn't got my stuff put together. Our house actually had flooded from the upstairs down, and we had to completely redo our whole house, and we were way behind. We weren't even gonna race.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I called Carlos and I said, you know, let's try it. And we went to Putnamville and tested that first day, and then I never got back in my family stuff again.
Gotcha.
So
that you guys transitioned from the impressive stuff to the elite stuff.
Well,
how did all that
he
happen?
had a Pierce Platinum that he bought from Randy Lyons at the time. That was the first car that we drove together. And then I had my Impressive at home, and that car just sat until actually this year, and we sold it. But we had that Pierce car, and then we ran it most of the year, won some races in it. But you know, it was to the point where, you know, we're getting beat by elites every weekend. We need to, you know, let's try and get one.
Right.
So he had a crate sitting over there, a bomber in the middle, and our modified here. And we had to sell all 3 cars, and we bought an elite from Tyler Nicely.
That was all. Let's get something.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it wasn't like we just went out and bought it because we could. You know, we had to work for it.
So that was really a changing point in your career.
Definitely.
A lot of people have seen.
Definitely.
Switching over to the elite.
Yeah.
And then the support that you've had through all of those company sponsors and stuff. So that's been a big. That was a huge.
Yeah, Nick's stuff is just. I mean, there's a lot of good race cars out there, but Nick's stuff is just. It takes all the stuff that a good race car has and fine tunes it and makes it even better. And it can make a good race car driver really good. And I wish I could take all the credit for what we've done, but the car really helped.
So at the end of the 2022 season, what was some of your accomplishments last year?
This last year, we did a lot last year. I mean, heck, most of these checks are from the last year or so. We won, I think, all but 3 times at Brownstown we were there, and Brownstown champion last year, Bloomington champion. We won the Josh Burke Memorial for the 2nd time this year. We won several at Circle City, won the Raven race, won that last race there in October that they had. And then the year before that, we won a lot of races that year too, you know, but no championships or nothing, but it wasn't like we didn't try. So.
Right. We're going to walk around and get some stories on these checks and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, get ready, buddy. End of 2022, you're going to make some changes in the off season going into 2023. Let's talk a little bit about the new car and what your plans are for 2023.
Well, at first, this car came about and it was at a good price, and we went and got it, and we were going to try to do a little bit of both with the modified and this. And the more we got into it, it's like, well, it's going to be a lot of work, and I have a baby due in about a month.
And congratulations.
Thank you. Carlos called me one day and he said, hey, why don't we just do it? You know, just sell the modified, just try it. And I had thought about it. You know, obviously I think everybody would, but it's hard to give up such a good race car, knowing you could win anywhere you go in the modified stuff. So, but yeah, pretty much Carlos called me, and about an hour phone call that night is what led to the decision to sell modified, and within a week it was gone. So
a lot of people knew what that car was capable of.
Absolutely. And the guy that bought our Pierce car is actually the guy that bought that car from us. So as soon as he said, I want it, you know, I knew it was sold. So, but yeah, that's kind of what did it. Just kind of not much more we can do in the modified stuff, locally, other than go out and travel and try to win a national championship, which isn't really, a good option for all of us this year with everything that's happening. So yeah, I mean, it's just pretty much just a mutual decision between me and him and my family and everybody that, gave me the support and told me yes or no. And I don't think anybody didn't support our decision. So it's been a good transition.
So what's the plans for 2023? Crate, super,
Well, I think as of now, I think the crate is our main goal. We got an Eagle motor coming from Corey Hedgecock. We kept our modified engine and the brand new Mullins we got there at the end of the year, and I think we can stick it down there and go to Brownstown and try to be competitive. So really, we're gonna try to do a little bit of both. But the crate, I would really like to focus more on the crate stuff.
Just kind of keep it open.
Just just for me, just to learn the cars, and I know I can drive them. I've driven before, and just to more or less learn the cars and know what we have to do throughout the night. Our modified stuff, we got to where it didn't matter where we were at. We knew what had to be done when we come off the track. What setup adjustments had to be made, and really just kind of get back in that swing.
Do you guys have plans to stick to one place? Local, or are you traveling a little bit? Or
I think we're gonna go anywhere we can, really.
Just whatever time allows?
Yeah, I think Circle City's got 8 late model races, and of course there's 4 at Paragon, and then all the ones at Brownstown, and then you've got Florence, Farmer City on Fridays. Wherever you want to go, really. So.
I did this with another shop talk. I'm gonna do it with you. I think it's fun. I think we're gonna throw a fast 5 at you. All right.
Okay.
5 questions. I mean, it could be one word answer. It could be multiple.
Just first thing that comes to my mind.
First thing comes to your mind. So we'll go slick or tacky.
Slick.
Quarter mile, half mile.
Quarter.
Bottom or top? You bottom feeder or cushion maker?
If I had to pick one, I'm gonna bounce it off the cushion.
We'll bounce it off the cushion.
Yeah.
Favorite racetrack food?
Cheese fries.
Cheese fries.
Yeah.
And favorite racetrack?
Brownstown.
Brownstown.
It's gotta be.
All right. Okay, so this is the wrapping up the interview portion. What we're going to do is we're going to take a walk around the shop, check it out, kind of see what the BWR racing operation is about. Also, too, we're going to bring Carlos in, let him talk about some of the stuff that's going on with BWR. We're going to check out some of these checks, trophies, and all that good stuff. So stick with us. All right, so now we're going to do the actual shop tour portion of the video. And we got Carlos joining us during this portion of it. And first off, I want to thank you guys for allowing us to come up and do this, because it's always cool in the off season to get people to get their plans and stuff, what's going on in the race season. So we're going to walk around and see what you guys got going on. We've already mentioned the new capital car. Let's talk about some wins last year.
Okay.
You have some checks, or even it doesn't have to be last year. Let's just look at some stuff that some of your accomplishments. I know you've got some great checks and stuff.
Well, over here, I guess we could start here. These are all from Brownstown this year. I think we won 6 total there, but those are all of our checks that we got. The trophies, I kept most of those at my shop.
I got you.
But yeah, those are all from Brownstown this year. Obviously, a really good year down there. Carlos was happy every time we won.
Oh yeah.
He loves it.
Always. Always.
But yeah, those, and then this is a new arrival over here, our UMP check.
You just got that last weekend.
Yeah, that's we just got that last weekend on Saturday for our Indiana region. And then next to it there, that's the Spooky 150 from Circle City. That's probably our biggest win to date.
That's cool.
Money-wise. Yeah.
And he said he couldn't do it, and I told him, yes, you can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
confidence.
that track was something that night. But this is my first ever win at Brownstown. Right
I
here.
got you.
And the reason I know that is because my name's spelled wrong.
With an A.
And every other one after that, they got it right.
They got it right.
So, and then this one here, we beat Nick Hoffman and Tyler Nicely and Cole Falloway in the dash at Bloomington. So that was neat.
Some heavy hitters.
Yeah, and then those trophies up there, those are our UMP trophies from last season.
I got you.
Actually, those would be the last 2 seasons. There'd be 4 of them there.
Yeah. 20 and 21.
But yeah, I mean, anytime you can get a big check to hang on the wall is nice.
Yeah.
I would rather have a check than, even if it's half the size of one of those, I'd rather
Right.
have a check than a trophy. So
They look good hanging in the shop.
definitely. And then over here, I think that was
Go ahead.
the coolest win to date for me is my Kokomo Clash win there, up
This
here
is
to
up
the
there.
left. I seen Peden's got one of them too,
Yep.
so that was definitely probably the coolest one. That's a race I've been going to for a while, and I think there was 70, 75 cars there that
Really?
night. So, and then that's the Jackson 100. We won that last year. It's always a fun weekend, always on my birthday weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So,
It's always a good time.
spent a lot of weekends at Brownstown in September.
So Carlos, I'll bring you in here. So what all you have going on here? Do you let Jordan and his team pretty much do whatever, or do you oversee everything, or how do you guys do all that?
Basically, me and Jordan makes the decisions what
Yeah.
we want to do. During the week, it's me and Jordan. We
Gotcha.
get on the car, and then we got all kinds of help with the track.
Yeah.
And it's his family.
Plenty of
and,
help.
And we couldn't ask for, a better group of people.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I want to thank all of them. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
no, you're fine.
Tommy, Tyler, my dad, my grandpa, buddies of mine, just everybody, my little cousin Kobe, Wyatt, everybody that comes and helps, we appreciate it. And I think we have one of the most packed pits in.
I know whenever I did some
racetrack.
GoPro stuff with you for last year, you guys got a heck of a team.
There's nights where I don't even, I like to work on the car. There's
Right.
nights where it's like, let me do something, what
Yeah,
I mean? I got
yeah.
so many people here, I want to do something. But
I noticed whenever you got out of the car, you would say the car's doing whatever. It's almost like everybody had their own little job, and
Yep.
they were, pitching in and doing whatever needed to be done. So that was
Yep.
Like I said earlier, just, I'll watch every lap he goes around there, and then when he comes in and we talk about it,
figure it all out.
good. And most of the time we really know what we're going to
Yeah.
do.
I think a lot of that's what makes a person successful too, is having a good team around you.
yeah, absolutely.
And I
Yeah.
hope, don't know how much different this is going to be,
Right.
the late model stuff, but I hope we catch on to it really quick.
Gotcha. So you actually also too run your business out this, right, Carlos? Your shop here?
Right now.
Gotcha.
We originally started racing, when I first started, this is what we raced out of. But middle of this summer is when you moved
Yeah.
everything over here?
Yeah, I sold my business over there in Stylesville, and I guess, I got a new 30 by 40 that's going to be right beside this one here. It's just,
Gotcha.
and that's where the race shop will be.
All right, so now we're going to kind of walk around on the other end of the shop. We've checked out the car, the checks, and the stuff that Jordan accomplished. If you notice, Carlos might take over a little bit, but this is part of Carlos's automotive business. Obviously, you can see that there's Hoosier tires already stacked up, ready to go for 2023.
Those are hockey pucks there. I don't know if we'll need them.
Yeah. So, I didn't notice these trophies when I walked in over. What are these?
We can go over here and look at them. if you
Yeah.
want.
Those are the ones we just got from the UMP banquet.
So this is this year's trophies.
Yeah.
I got you.
Your championship and your 10th place
Yeah,
in the
this
nation.
is 10th in the national points here on that one. And this is our Indiana region.
I got you.
Those are two we definitely are gonna cherish for a while.
So, does the Spooky 150, does that light up?
Yes, it does.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, he keeps it lit up during the day for his customers.
Oh yeah.
When it's dark,
It really
it's
shines.
sweet. Yeah.
That's
But yeah,
awesome.
we got a couple from Brownstown up there.
Yeah.
There's our Burton Memorial win. There's our CJ Rayburn race trophy.
Circle City.
From
Yeah.
Circle City up
Yeah.
there.
That Spooky trophy's awesome.
It's really neat. Definitely the coolest trophy.
Now, did all the winners out there that night get those?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they
Yeah.
did.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
The only trophy I wish we had in here, which I almost grabbed before I come up, was my Rowdy Strong plaque from winning that dash. That goes with
I
that.
seen that check.
Goes
over
with
there.
that check
Yeah.
over there. I got a plaque and it's got a picture of Rowdy on it.
Really?
It's one of the cooler trophies I've
awesome.
received. So, but yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
much
we-
it for all the
We
trophy
won that
stuff.
twice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's awesome. So I know Carlos is a big help, and part of the, I mean, he's on the race operation. But let's talk about some of your other sponsors, because I know you got a lot of sponsors on board that
Definitely.
help you tremendously. So if you want to go through your sponsor list,
Okay.
give a shout out to them. And
I think I already mentioned everybody that helps at the track, and we obviously appreciate that. And Carlos here, me and him kind of hold the fort down during the week, and we have a lot of good sponsors. You know, Shipley Drywall has been a supporter of mine for several years. My Uncle Bill, B&W Automart, Dorset Automotive is a new one we got this year. Chris Flynn, Farmers Insurance, Durbuilt Performance, just down here in Monrovia. You know, they tires, rivets, you know, really anything you need for a race car, they'll have it. So, but yeah, them, Jimmy Cooper with JCE, been a really big supporter of ours and a good friend as well. Dirt Defender, Swift Springs, Steve Maynard, Earnhardt Technologies, Got Tree Service, Sunset Hill Fence Company was one that helped out for the dome, the cabin, restaurant, and lounge as well. I want to thank them for their help getting us to the dome and the support there. And you know, we had a lot of great people. You know, some of them, you know, weren't on the car, but you know, we had some people that give us, you know, a little bit of here and there, and you know, anything helps. And I think everybody knows that. So another one, a new sponsor of this year, Extreme Lawn and Landscape. My buddy Clay Harden from Bloomington with a landscaping company there. He's come on board this year. But yeah, I know I'm probably missing some, and I don't really want to. But All Guy Racing Shocks, that's another one. Tim Baker, he's really helped us out. We got some of his shocks on this car here, so excited to keep working with him. And I think, you know, that's about it. You know, just everybody that keeps us going. It's a big group effort.
Yeah,
So-
anybody wants to jump
Yeah,
on?
and if anybody
Share
wants
with
to
us?
help, you know,
Absolutely.
we can make
Glad to
room.
have them.
I got
all
a
the
new-
help, appreciate it for
I,
sure.
I got a new suit coming. Obviously got a big blank canvas there, so you know, if anybody wants to help out, we'd really appreciate it.
Okay, so I want to ask you one more question before we get done. How was the dome experience? I know a lot of people, it's invite only,
Right.
so not everybody can just go to the dome. What was your take on the dome?
It was fun. The racing part of it wasn't much fun. You know, we watched Thursday night and we had high hopes. I will say we went back to the hotel room Thursday night thinking, you know, we're gonna, you know, this is Circle City setup all day long.
Right.
You know, put our normal setup on it, and we thought we were going to be really good. And we went out to qualify, and really we were good.
Right.
And then the track just started getting rougher and rougher, and that's when we tend to struggle the most. So, I mean, it was the way we went out. That was cool. You
Right.
know, with Kenny, and the way that race all went down was definitely neat. But I wanted to make the race my
Right.
first time. I wanted to do the driver intros, and just for everybody that helped get us there. You know,
Right.
I don't know if we'll ever go back, but it was definitely a neat experience.
Got you. All right, well, I appreciate everybody watching. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Carlos, for allowing us to come up and visit and hang out with you guys for a little while. So
Yeah.
make sure you hit that subscribe button and bell notification, and make sure you like this video. So until next time, we'll see you down the road.
Thank you, guys.